So we're good? We're live? Awesome.
Good morning, Coach.
Hey, good morning, Montana. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Militia MMA podcast, a.k.a. the Tomcast 3.0. I'm with my first member, my first guest, Hamza Montana Taylor. How you doing, Montana?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
I'm doing good. So we're real excited to have you here on our first show. How are you doing?
Excited to be here. First time doing a podcast, so, you got
to make sure you're close to that mic.
All right.
You get
This is
real
close.
comfortable with it.
A little farther. There,
Little
how's
farther,
my voice
there you
sound? Perfect.
So, you're originally from Texas, right?
Mm-hmm.
What part?
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas. Tell me a little bit about Dallas, Texas.
It's big. It's busy.
Does it have a lot of people in it?
Oh, so many.
So many.
Too many.
So where'd you grow up? Did you live close to Arlen, Texas?
Well, no, I'm not familiar where Arlen is.
That's where they are from King of the Hill.
Oh, okay. I've heard some rumors that was like actually based on Denton, Texas. Or actually, I think I remember like Googling it, and it was in Richardson, which it looks nothing like Richardson.
Nothing.
But it's better in the cartoon.
It's better in the cartoon.
Yeah.
They're not like, well, Bobby, that boy ain't right.
Well, they might sound like that, but it's a big city.
So what did you do growing up?
Not much.
What was child like?
Childhood? A lot of mischief. A lot of
mischief.
Yeah.
So please elaborate.
Okay, I'll start by saying that every Halloween I was grounded for, because that's 2 months into the school year, and so it's just enough time for me to be back in my room, And
what would you get grounded for?
Everything. I was like a class clown. Always trying to cut up. Figuring out life.
You ever say anything really messed up to a teacher?
Yeah, there's I couldn't recall an actual incident, but I remember we had one teacher named Miss Bielenberg, and we gave her so much grief.
Yeah, you could say shit.
Yeah,
it's fine.
And
it's good. Only Gordy's kids are gonna listen, so it's fine.
Oh, okay. Hey, Chris. Hey, Connor.
Hey, Chris. Hey, Connor. Shit, fuck, piss.
Yeah.
Repeat that back to your parents around their parents.
Heck yeah. Her name was Miss Bielenberg, and we'd call her Snowmobile Bielenberger. I don't know why, but as a kid, it was just so rich. And my brother's a couple years behind me. And by the time he got into school, she saw him, pulled him to the side, and was like, "Are you Montana's brother?" And so, that's pretty much how every teacher felt about me.
So you were notorious.
Oh, yeah. Always an in-school suspension.
I got in trouble in 8th grade. So around 7th, 8th grade is where my personality really started coming in, because I was always a bad student.
Yeah.
But it's you could be a bad student and funny as well. So around 7th, 8th grade, I really took my turn for the worst. This school stuff ain't working for me. I'm never make honor roll. Never did. So I was like, time to just not care. And school instantly got better. I remember once this teacher, so 8th grade, I was just a terror. I had to change my computer grades on the computer to not get in trouble with my parents.
Right.
But they were just waiting for my parents to come into the talks to tell them about all my antics. My teacher got so offended because I told her, I said, "Hey, did you know Uranus is the 3rd largest planet in the solar system?"
Nice.
She did not find that as
find
funny.
well.
She didn't think it was funny. I thought it was a good joke.
I think it's pretty funny.
I think she took it to heart.
Yes, definitely.
Planets
they always
are
do.
big. Yeah, right?
I don't know why.
I'm sorry,
What'd
we're
you get the
talking
job
about
for?
a planet. And
Yeah.
sorry you took it to heart or to butt.
Oh, man. School is an interesting time, huh? To really find out who you are. Kind of, a little bit. Really not. And just, kids are ruthless.
They say high school is only 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And they say you think about that 4 year period more than any other 4 year period. But you don't really see those fucks after 4 years.
No. Totally different by the time you grow.
Yeah, totally different. But you think about, in high school, I did this. That's such a pivotal point in growing up.
Yeah. I was so excited to get to high school. I failed 7th grade once because, I just didn't like putting in a lot of effort, It was,
Yeah,
it was
I got it.
effort, gross.
Ugh.
And, and so I ended up getting in the grade behind me. And after a little bit, all my friends went to the high school.
And you're still in
was
in
still
4th
there.
grade.
Still in 4th grade. And I was like,
Your brother passed you.
almost. He was close behind me.
He was gonna lap you.
And I remember I went to this accelerated learning center so I could catch up with my grade. Went in there, busted my ass, caught up with my grade, got to high school. I was there for about maybe 3 or 4 months before I got expelled.
What'd you get expelled for?
Oh, some trouble I got in on a snow day outside of school.
You got suspended from school.
Oh, expelled. And you know what? At
For
first,
something you didn't even do at school.
I know. On
What
a
did you do?
snow day. Oh, just like acting up with some friends and ended up getting a little bit more trouble than we expected.
Acting up. Well, you weren't acting Shakespeare, were you?
No, more of a Romeo and Juliet kind of person.
All right. Well, that's Shakespeare.
It is?
Yeah.
Oh, see, that's what
Shakespeare's
school
the-
does for you.
Yeah, Shakespeare was the guy who wrote that.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah, I'm not into Shakespeare.
Just
More into
Romeo and
Romeo and Juliet and Hamlet and stuff like that.
Blah. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, maybe I should have stayed in school.
No, that's all right. So what, you can learn about Shakespeare? You're learning now on the podcast.
There we go.
And this is free 99.
Oh, I love it.
So we talking about your high school. What was it like after high school? Did you always live in Texas?
No, initially, I was born overseas in Abu Dhabi. My family was living abroad, and if that's how you say it. And I was born over there. Was there for like maybe a year, and then I came over here, and then we bounced around North Texas and South Texas a little bit, and just like all over the Metroplex. And then eventually, pretty soon after that, when I was like 19, I moved to Louisiana.
Oh, nice, Louisiana.
Oh yeah, it was like once I crossed the state line, it was like going back 20 years. All the cars were 20 years old. All the mindsets were 20 years old. It was.
Did you move with your family or?
No,
was
I
this
moved by myself. I made a spontaneous move,
Nice.
and it ended up like working out okay, I guess, for the best. There's some good character development.
Was there some characters in Louisiana?
Oh, they're the craziest, and like you feel like you're living on an army base. Like literally everybody's wearing camouflage, from grandmas to kids. It's just everybody
Did
camouflage.
you hang out on Bourbon Street at all?
No, that's more of a like.
Tourist spot.
Yeah, and that's like New Orleans. I went to Shreveport, which is like real west Louisiana, and it's honestly it's an entirely different culture. It's it kind of has like a lot of Louisiana, but there's a lot of East Texas vibes to it. Like you'll see as much Dallas Cowboys like flags and stuff on people's houses as you would the Saints.
American flags? Nah.
Nah, why?
Yeah, we got it. It's the Dallas Cowboy flag, right?
That's good enough. That's America's team.
That's America's team. I thought it was the Jets.
Who?
The New York Jets.
Oh, never heard of them.
Yeah, last time they won the Super Bowl, they were in leather helmets.
Oh man. Well, what did you think? Did you watch the Super Bowl this year?
Nah, I'm not so into football.
Me neither.
I was, but like, I don't know. It's a lot of just stuff, and then there's a lot of like downtime in between, and
Yeah.
like 3 plays, commercial break.
Yeah,
The commercials aren't even good anymore.
No, the Super Bowl stuff not good anymore either. I remember growing up; those were the best commercials.
Yeah, like the Budweiser frogs,
Yeah.
and the guys who went, "What's that?"
Classic.
Yeah, classic.
Not these days.
No, these days, Super Bowl commercials haven't been funny since the 90s.
Yeah. Yeah. I miss the 90s.
I know. The future sucks.
Future sucks.
I
TV
hate-
shows were better. Everything was more creative back then. Like, how did we lose our creativity in 20 years?
I don't know. All the dumb people kept breeding.
Oh. Oh.
Idiocracy is true.
Idiocracy. Yeah, we're getting closer and closer to that.
Yeah, like everybody's like, hey, let's remake the Jungle Book, but make it worse.
Hey, let's put The Rock in it.
Yeah. It's like, hey, we're gonna remake Pretty Woman, but instead of Sandra Bullock, we're gonna put in The Rock.
Great.
Here, I got a question for you.
Shoot.
Whose personality are you more sick of? Snoop Dogg or The Rock?
Oh, that's a close one.
I know, right? They're both like Snoop Dogg's 50 years old.
Yeah.
Like he's Eric's age,
Yeah.
and he's still what's he rapping about? Killing cops and shooting people, and
He's a silly goose.
he's a silly goose. You know he's not doing anything.
And what happened to that peaceful phase he was in?
Yeah,
That dropped real fast.
Just
Back to killing cops.
He's back.
He's back.
And I mean, people are getting upset about it, but who buys the Snoop Dogg album?
I don't know. Who pays for a feature?
Fucking Snoop Dogg. I can't stand him.
Yeah, he's a silly one.
And he's racist too.
Really?
Yeah, there's like some things of him like commenting on fights. I think it was maybe it was Usman versus Till or something. He's got a video of the guy getting beaten down and he's just yelling, "Hey, fuck Donald Trump," as he's beating him and stuff. But like, yo, that dude, Darren Till's from England.
Let's keep our politics outside of the cage.
It just, you could see he was cheering for one fighter because of race.
Yeah.
And just being ignorant about it.
Yeah, that's inappropriate. Although he was rooting for Jake Paul.
Who cares about his opinion? Fucking Snoop Dogg. But The Rock, too.
The Rock. Is he into fight sports?
Oh, no, he shows up around them. Like, they made him
Grace
carry
us with
that
his
belt.
presence.
Yeah, like, hey, guess what, guys? I'm The Rock. Look how big I am.
Nice.
Watch me get injured and flex out of the cast.
You know, that's, yeah. I don't know. I think actors get paid a little too much for what they do. It should be more of a passion thing than a giant bank statement.
Yeah.
We get better movies that way.
You think?
I think so. If they were doing it for, like, the passion instead of the money.
Well, like, I had an interesting conversation. You know that guy? You ever hear of this guy, Will Smith?
Yeah.
Will Smith, I don't think was brought up as an actor. Was brought up as a rapper, just kind of got
Into acting.
into acting. Same with LL Cool J and like
Okay.
Queen Latifah's.
Well, it fit him much better.
Yeah, I think he did all right. Who are we talking about again?
Will.
Will Smith, yes.
The Fresh Prince.
The restaurant. Heard they remade that.
Yeah, I saw a little ad for it on my Spotify.
No, not having it, right?
I don't know. Probably not. I didn't watch too much of the original one.
It's like, hey, let's remake All in the Family. You familiar with the show?
Mm-mm.
It's like a show from the 30s and 40s. That's where George Jefferson came from. You know who that is from the Jeffersons?
Mm-mm.
So there was a guy named Archie Bunker. And he's just real racist. And then George Jefferson came out and they would just shout racial slurs at each other.
Oh,
It's good TV.
good TV.
Yeah, it was good TV. It was really funny. It's like, oh, that wouldn't fly right now.
Oh no, a lot of stuff would.
Yeah, but it was back and forth. So it wasn't one side versus the other.
Yeah.
So
It was all done in good spirit.
yeah, people need to learn to laugh a little more.
Yeah, I agree. We're getting into a pretty edgy phase right now. It seems like
Everybody's offended.
everybody's so offended.
I know.
And it's like now things are like, I don't know, like I'd say about like 10, 15 years ago, things were a little less intense than they are now. Like, you know, it seems like all this taking offense to everything and like, you know, it's like promoted more division within like the country, I think. Like, you know, like
it's because they turned this place into a circus because
I-
it's intense.
I know. It's totally intense. Heck yeah. A bunch of clowns.
You could say that again. A bunch of clowns. So, Montana, I understand you've been hit by a car before.
Yeah. Funny story.
That's
Probably been hit a
one of
couple
my-
times.
It's one of my favorite stories.
Yeah. Cars and me, we have a funny dynamic.
So how did it happen?
Well, the incident you're talking about, I was probably about like 16, maybe somewhere in that area, maybe 14. And
16 to 14.
So something like that. It's all a blur. And like my friend Bo, rest in peace, he had this altercation with this guy named Ricky Heathner back in the day. And we were at one of our friends' house. It was
Good.
me-
We'll let his name out. We could see if we can find him after this.
Oh, that'd be
Go look on
awesome.
Facebook. We'll see. Send him this podcast.
and
Chris, probably Chris Gordy's listening in.
oh yeah, for sure. And so like they're gonna fight, and like we were gonna meet up in the back of this parking lot right behind the McDonald's, and it was really cold outside, so one of our friends, I forgot her name, she let me borrow this big puffy pink jacket. And so I was wearing this to the event. And so we get out there.
It was an event.
It was an event.
It definitely sounds like a debacle.
Oh, it was. And so like they're fighting a little bit, and there's like multiple people. So like at one point, like Bo like disengaged with Ricky and was like going towards somebody else, and Ricky goes to his truck and he pulls out a hatchet and he starts to like walk back towards Bo. And like I'm like, Bo, like look out. He's got an axe.
He's got an axe.
Like, what is he doing? And so the guy
was
gets.
it cold out? Maybe he was chopping firewood.
I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking. Not much, you know. And he gets frustrated with me for like bringing it up to Bo's attention, and so he runs up on me with the axe, and like.
He's like, how dare you tell this guy I'm about to hit him with an axe?
Yeah, and
This
like.
axe needs to be in flesh. You're next.
Oh, Ricky and his shenanigans. And so he comes up to me with the axe, and like I'm not buying it for a bit. You're not about to hit me with this axe outside of McDonald's, you know, not in the colony. And Bo like runs up on him and like pushes him, and like they start getting into it again. And somehow I end up a little bit away from them, and like Ricky gets in his truck. And he's about like maybe 15, 20 yards away from me. And he starts coming my way. And I'm like, this is another one of those fake things. You're not going to hit me with the axe. You're not going to hit me with the car. And then by the time I realized he was going to hit me with the car.
That rule doesn't apply.
I had enough time to spread my legs a little bit and get my arms out and get clipped. And like I flew in the air. I just went flying. And they're like, Bo just got hit by a car. And they're like, no, it's Hannah. He's got the pink jacket on. And so, like, I went flying. Yeah, Lucinda used to call me Hannah, like Hannah Montana. And,
couldn't put the two together.
So, yeah, I went flying. And, had the big old strawberry on the side of my body. It was pretty funny. We had some more run-ins with Ricky, but it was always the same. He was always wielding that car like a fist.
So Ricky was like the villain for you guys and your buddy. Or you guys might have been the villain.
I guess it just depends on what side of the field you're on.
You guys were probably both villains.
Yeah.
Just in your own way.
Nah, we were the good guys.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, you guys were good. You were out there protecting.
Yeah, protecting.
Yeah,
it was pretty funny. And like, so like we end up like running in, like we end up going to get one of our friends, Mama C, this older lady. She was like a hotel hopping woman. And, you know, she asked us to go get some coffee for her once. And so me, Bo, and Houston were driving. I'm in the back. Houston's in the shotgun and Bo's driving. And we went and got some like QT coffee or something like that for her. And lo and behold, here comes Ricky with his friend again in the white pickup truck. And they're rolling the window down and they're like chasing us.
Was this around the same time you just got hit with a car, or this?
Yeah, close. Like maybe a month later, something like that.
So you guys just, you guys
just
hanging out at all the same spots.
Like some Cobra Kai stuff. Like
it's like it's just like the Cobra Kai.
Yeah, and like so like they're driving, they pull up right beside us. And then they like are smiling at us, and here comes another one of these ridiculous weapons. He pulls out this like Molotov cocktail and is like showing it to us like he's gonna burn us with it.
That's a weapon that requires a lot of like, you gotta light it, you gotta make sure it's not something you weren't spooked, were you?
No, not at all. Like you're not about to catch this car on fire at 3 o'clock in the afternoon in the colony. So we hit him with something real. Houston threw the hot ass cup of coffee right on his face. He had to pump the brakes. His face turned bright pink. We got him good. It was beautiful. It was beautiful. And then we ended up having to hop an exit, and we went downtown to go pick up some of Bo's friends. And so we get like...
Sounds like some stand-up guys.
Yeah, of course.
Some gentlemen.
Yeah, of course. You had to be careful of all these Molotov cocktails and such.
Yeah.
And so like we're driving, and we're going back. And like we're like, yeah, so this is the guy. Also, be careful. He likes to hit people with cars.
That's his only weapon that works.
That's his jab.
It's the axe.
Oh,
the Molotov cocktail or the car.
Oh, he's like.
It's usually always the car.
Yeah. Oh, and so like we get to his house, and we're all outside, and he hops in his truck. And he starts like spinning around in his yard trying to hit everybody with this car. And like somebody like threw a wrench at him and hit him on his wrist because he had his arm sitting on like on the window thing, you know, with the window open. And he got like pegged right on the wrist with a wrench. And it's just so funny. Like, he's always trying to hit somebody with some extra stuff, and he's getting hit with like the small, realistic stuff. You
He's
know?
just taking losses.
He's just taking loss after loss.
And still messing with you guys.
That was the last of him. He flew off into the west, and we never saw him again.
That was it. That was the final battle.
Yeah, left with a wrench.
You saw his final form, which was he got in the truck and did like donuts trying to hit all of you. I wonder where he is.
I don't know.
You also had what was his name? Earth.
Earth. Good old Earth. Yeah. Oh, I think his name was Cody.
I think his name is Cody. Why'd you call him Earth?
Earth. That's his nickname. We gave him that nickname. You know, kids are brutal.
Why? He was fat?
Yeah. I guess there's this mindset that maybe if we have somebody that we could target and pick on, then maybe we won't get picked on. I think that's like a kid mindset. Really regrettable. But
You guys picked on Earth?
a little bit. Not like malicious, but
I thought Earth was like a big thug.
no. He was a goofball.
Oh, Earth wasn't the one that would take you to stores and you'd start stealing.
No, that was a different bow.
that was a bow.
Yeah, I have a lot of bows in my life, and they're always like these big
So
guys.
Earth was just this fat kid you called Earth
Yeah,
because he was
no,
fat.
just this is
He
silly
did
kid
a-
from the quality.
He didn't have any like crazy stories with him.
No,
Or he was more of a supporting cast.
he's like supporting cast. He's there for the good times.
He was like, all right, he wasn't
He wasn't out there.
out getting involved.
No.
Just somebody he was fat, so you called him Earth.
Yeah, that's kind of fucked up when you say it out loud.
Yeah, a little bit. It's fine. It's clever.
It's clever.
The good ones are always the fucked up ones are always the good ones.
Yeah, man. Like being a kid, dude. Like I'd be like, everybody's like so self-conscious. Like I remember, like I've always been tall and lanky. Like I used to get called like a crackhead, all sorts of stuff when I was a kid, and like it would like limit me from like really trying to do things. Like when I'd play sports, I wouldn't like put forth any real effort because like I felt awkward, like a giraffe with some big old knees
they're like-
buckling on ice. Like just like, oh, there's no way they're gonna think I look so funny trying to be serious. So I'd rather just do nothing and laugh.
I'll just walk to first base.
Exactly. I mean, I was the linebacker on our football team.
Because
And,
of your tremendous size.
Yes. And like I'd be so self-conscious on the field
In the
that
middle
like I wouldn't even move sometimes. Like I just stand there and like watch the play, and like the coach is giving me a hard time. It's like I don't know how to explain. Like, oh no, I'm just like super self-conscious. I feel so goofy.
just you'd all standing there watching
standing there
somebody
looking
run by you right in front of you.
Pretty
That's-
much.
That looks fine.
Oh yeah, I know. Looking back in retrospect, I
It's
should.
like, hey, I don't want to look like an idiot. I'll just stand here and not play football
Yeah.
in the middle of this game.
Oh, it was so bad. Like I remember one time, like I was on the basketball team, or like trying out. I failed to get on the basketball team twice. I even failed with the grade that I went to after I failed. Didn't
So
even
when
make
you got left back and you still
still
could beat
didn't make the team.
they were still
And, like,
still too much.
It was so bad that like I didn't even expect people to give me the ball. It's like one time I'm just standing there watching the plays, just like wherever I'm at in my head, and there's this really athletic guy named Blake Corville. He played all the sports, did all the things, and he was like, he had the ball, and he like, threw it my way like a cannonball. And I didn't have a good time to react. I put my hand out, stubbed my finger, and he just looked at me and like shook his head in disappointment. I'm pretty sure that was the last and only time I got the ball on that tryout.
He cut you right there.
Cut me right there.
Like, I'm not the coach, but you need to hit the showers.
Yeah, get off of here.
You're like, I'm not going to do anything. That way, if I don't do anything wrong, they can't cut me.
Yeah, man, kids are brutal.
So your other Freddie Bo,
Yeah.
he would take you out on some hijinks, right?
Oh yeah, always. Me and Bo, we had some adventures
Is Bo still kicking it? Kicking?
somewhere in North Dallas.
In North Dallas.
Yeah. I remember I ran into him a couple years later. He was like he was an interesting person, man. He was like probably 6'4", 6'5", a good 260, 270. Just a huge dude. And like he would always he'd smoke wet,
Wet is PCP?
Mm-hmm. And like he was just like he'd smoke it in the gas station. Like, people aren't even allowed to smoke cigarettes in there, and he's walking around, smoking a blunt of wet.
What is it, like bombing fluid?
I mean, I think that's a nickname for it. I don't think it's actually embalming fluid, but it's like I don't know what it is
Like
exactly.
you dip a cigarette in it, then you
Yeah.
smoke it. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And
Like a dippy.
yeah, that type of
That
thing.
was the.
And like you know, and like I'd always run with him. And I remember one time he was like, "Hey, it was me and I consider him like a cousin to me, Antoine Clinton. Uh, we were chilling and we were right by the DART bus rail system, and Bo was like, "Hey, like let's go downtown, let's go get some stuff." And like Antoine Finky,
You could be honest.
yeah,
Let's go steal some stuff.
yeah, and Finky was like, "No, there's no way I'm going to you guys." And I'm like, "Oh, come on, hop on the bus, it's gonna be fun." And Finky's like, "Nope," and he stayed there. So I took off on the DART rail downtown with Bo.
Whoa.
Yeah, first
But-
time I'm doing like going out with him to do anything like this, and like,
Did you just not want to, like, I don't want to be lame. I
no,
better
not
go
at
with
all.
him.
Like I had a lot of fun with Bo. Like that was like my college days back then in the CPC. Like we just lived in this like project, like right off of Skillman, right off of the highway, and it was just the liveliest little area.
So what you would do, Bo went out stealing?
Yeah, he was like, "Well, here's what the plan is. We're gonna go in these stores. You're gonna walk around and look suspicious, and then I'm gonna actually take the stuff." And so I'm like, "Okay, that sounds cool."
And Bo's 6'4".
6'4", giant, looks like Cyril Gain. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
big black eye
oh
too.
yeah, with this big poofy like Dallas Cowboys
And
jacket.
does he look hood too? Like he looks
Oh, for
suspicious.
sure. Bloodshot red eyes, smells like a gallon of wet. You know what I mean? Like just
this is the mastermind behind the plan.
oh, it's so intimidating to people. I mean, like we literally went into the first place. This is how I knew what we were getting into. When we stopped at the first stop, we were going by this like fancy like little like sunglasses store. And we don't even make it into the building before this lady sees Bo coming in, recognizes him, goes and locks the door and puts the close sign up. And I'm like, oh, okay, so he's like known around here. Like, that's not just because he's walking up. That's Bo's been there before. And like,
He was there for the doorbuster sale.
yeah, he was. Oh yeah, he was. And like, we went to a bunch of places, man. Like, I don't know how he did it. Like, we went to like a liquor store. He came out with like 4 or 5 bottles of Henny that he stuffed in his sleeves. It was amazing.
Is it because nobody probably wanted to tell him?
I think it's a mix of all that. And how big he was really able to pack on some stuff in that jacket. I mean, pretty sure he could have fit a motorcycle in there. He's colossal, you know? And it was a fun day. We went by the Omni Hotel. I think that was the first time I went there.
Sounds fancy.
Oh, it's so fancy. It's like glows different colors and stuff.
Looks like the Death Star out of it outside.
Oh yeah.
They got that black glass.
No, it's like a really big white building. Are you familiar with it?
I know of the Omnia in Vegas. I think it's a nightclub.
Okay.
It's fancy.
This
I
might be a
think. I don't
chain.
know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know if it's a hotel though.
What, the Omni Hotel? Or are you talking
The
about
one
what you're talking about?
in Vegas.
Okay. Yeah.
I wouldn't know. I didn't stay at that hotel.
Yeah. Right on.
But one day,
Yeah.
probably won't.
One day I probably won't.
Yeah, I don't see it in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's a really nice hotel. Have you been in any nice hotels?
Yeah, I have actually. It's at a Best Western. Apparently, that's the best in the whole West.
Bold claim.
Old clay. It must be a little dated.
Yeah.
The information's a little past. So
Well,
yeah, I was in the best hotel on the whole West Coast, Best Western. Stayed at a Westin once.
Nice.
It's nicer than a Best Western, but I think a Best Western's better because it's got the word best in it.
It does add to it.
Yeah, it does. So
Makes it just that much better.
the MGM Signatures, they put us there for the UFC. That was a nice hotel.
Really? What was it like?
It's nice.
It's nice.
Had bed.
Nice.
Had like a bathtub and a hot tub.
Ooh.
For our wedding, we stayed in like one of the really nice suites at the Golden Nuggets.
Nice. That sounds nice.
Yeah, it was. It was like 2 stories. And I hate reading, so
Oh,
it was still
no.
nice.
Oh,
2 stories. Ugh.
barely handle one.
So you watched the fights this weekend?
No, I
I
saw
kinda
some little
watched.
snippets here and there.
What did you think?
Seemed like as far as like Robert and Adesanya, it seemed like a pretty good fight. I
It's
watched.
okay.
It was okay.
All right.
Yeah. Heard it was pretty close. And then I watched Derek Lewis. It was always sad to see him go down.
I know, and he was really like winning, but I was gonna bet on him. But the number one rule is don't bet on heavyweights.
Yeah.
For that reason, he was beating the guy up and then got caught with a punch.
Didn't that happen with him and some other guy? Like where the guy was like just piecing Derek up like the
Yeah,
whole
then
fight, and then
yeah.
he hit him with one and
Yes.
sunk the ship.
Yeah, sunk the ship. Yeah, so the rule is never bet on heavyweights or never bet on women.
Oh.
Because even though a woman could be favored, you don't know if she's on her period or something.
Yeah.
You know,
man,
that's like you don't know what you're gonna get out of her.
yeah. Yeah.
I think that's why.
Are you gonna,
Scientifically.
yeah, it's science. It's science for science. Yeah, yeah, it'd be I'm actually looking forward to the Jessica fight. I don't know when that's coming out. But I'm looking forward to that. I'd like to watch that if I could.
Nice. Jessica I?
No, I think it's Rose Clark, right?
Oh, Jess.
Yeah.
Who's she fighting?
I don't know. I'm not too familiar with most of the names and stuff, but like
Some clam.
somebody. Yeah.
Some clam, right?
Yeah, she's turned up. She's got like this the Harley Quinn hair going and stuff right now. It's pretty cool.
That's how you know she's ready.
That's how you know she's ready.
When you get in costume.
Heck yeah.
All good fights start with a costume.
I couldn't agree more.
So you had some fights not too long ago.
Yeah. It was really fun. It was my first fight.
So how'd you feel stepping in there at first?
It was a whole lot. Like I'm really proud about the way I handled it. Like it was a very good sport. I was did my best to alleviate tension for everybody, even like the people I was about to fight. You know, I was running over there on their side and was dapping them up and telling them how excited I was to play with them. And like, you know,
I just want everybody to have a good time.
Heck yeah, that's what I'm all about. And then, yeah, then you know, then my first fight, the guy was like totally suited up, like giant hoodie, giant sweats and stuff, and like I was standing right by him, and I was like, okay, yeah, like he's probably about my weight, you know. And he comes out of his shirt, and like he's like ripped like an action figure.
I know. I saw him with abs. I'm like, oh, he looks like he's in shape.
Oh man, heck yeah, he looked like a Mortal Kombat person.
I was like, oh, I don't know how this is gonna go for good old Monty.
Oh yeah. I mean, I was out there dancing and like laughing and like, you know, honestly, there's like when I was looking on the other side of the thing where y'all were at, because I moved from where we were at because I saw the two of them over there and I thought that's where we were supposed to go, and it turns out it's like no, that's just they were a team. So,
Yeah, it's just them in their corner.
yeah, so I was over there with them in their corner.
Like the corner's giving advice and you're just sticking your
just there.
face in there.
Yeah, just smiling.
Like, hey, yeah, let's just have fun.
And you know, I was looking over and like I saw my family there. I saw like my team. I saw my coach, and like honestly, they had this music going, and like I got a little emotional. You know what I mean? Like you know, we've been working really hard this past year to get here, and it was a pretty big moment. And there was like a lot of intense feelings and energy out there. And honestly, I started to get a little emotional, and my eyes got a little wet, and I had to shake it off because I had gloves on and my headgear on. And didn't want that affecting the fight.
What do you mean emotional? You started getting sad.
Well, no, not sad, but wet-eyed. You know,
You're just teary-eyed.
Just teary.
You're like, this is beautiful.
Oh,
That's
so
it.
beautiful.
Beautiful.
Look at everybody here together.
It was that speech in the beginning the guy gave
Oh
you.
yeah, you know, he's a guru. Like he did that on purpose for all like the new guys. Like everybody's all nervous, getting ready to fight, and this guy talked us into like a lower state of energy. Perfect.
Yeah.
Eased all the anxiety.
He sucked the energy right out of that
It
room.
was like a Xanax conversation. Just took it all out.
And he wouldn't stop.
Oh, he wouldn't. He was a character. He was awesome. I got to thank Johnny for that event.
Me of that movie Speed.
Not
You
familiar.
ever see the movie Speed?
Uh-uh.
Okay, so it's basically a movie. They go on some bus, and then they're like, "Oh, this bus, it's not normally a bus. It's a bomb now.
Yeah.
Like, we can't go under 50 miles an hour, or else it's gonna explode." I thought that guy was the bus, and he can't say under 50 words a minute, or else he's gonna explode. So he just keeps on going. Bah,
Oh, it was
bah,
great.
bah, bah. if you come to the ladies' class in here, it's a whole bunch of speed buses.
Crash course.
Yeah, the most words are spoken throughout the day from 5 to 6 in this gym.
I can see that.
Like that ladies' class, they flap those gums, and then it's more words than were said in all the rest of the classes.
Oh man, Militia.
Yeah, you get those ladies in there. It's like turns into an episode of The View.
Yeah, dude.
Just blah blah blah. My kids, this, somebody did this. I feel that way. For me, all that stuff.
You know, I love the call. I got it from a show. I love the term blabalanche.
Blabalanche.
So nice.
That's a good one.
It is.
We always did vortex.
I'm a fan of that as well.
That's like those people once they start talking, and like they won't let you say a word,
Oof.
and then they eventually talk in circles.
Do you have any go-tos like when you get stuck in a vortex? Like for me, for example, if I'm engaged in a conversation that's like about to be like, you know, very long, like I'll end up like starting to stretch and, you know, shadow boxing and, you know, trying to get a little bit in while I'm standing around.
Yeah. Do you think it's rude to just like stick a phone in your face while they're talking?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Kind of.
But it's also kind of rude if you're just gonna hijack the conversation
Yes.
just because you want to fucking.
Yeah. I think like I could talk so much. I'm a chatty Cathy, but like I think it needs to be like a consistent back and forth. That way it's an engaging conversation. Cause like it'll like even if you're having like fun, like if somebody like just goes on too much, it's gonna take the energy out of you, you know, and you're gonna lose your momentum. And like honestly, like, you know, our brains go different places and it's like it's hard to focus when somebody and then you feel guilty for not focusing, you know?
I don't feel guilty.
Oh, I feel guilty over everything I do.
Really? How could you?
I don't know.
The audacity of somebody to just come in here and rape my eardrums.
Give me my ear back.
I was like, and then you're hearing them, and you just it's like, how the fuck am I gonna escape this?
Yeah, without being like rude.
Or you're like looking for that pause where you could actually say, I gotta go. Like real quick like that.
Even that, it feels bad.
No, you're just looking. All right, maybe you got to put your hand on their chest and go, I hate to cut you off, but you're raping my brain.
As long as you put the hand on the chest, I feel entirely appropriate.
You're right?
Yeah.
How would you? Like, what? We need to get a blabalanche. No, I don't think I could do that. I was going to say, we'll get a blabalanche in here and then we'll try to stop them.
We could do that one podcast. That'd be great.
I don't think I want that.
How would you stop them?
So I could cut the power. Like shoot yourself with a foot with a gun. I think my gun accidentally went off in my
snap.
pocket.
Guess we have to stop the conversation. I got to go to the hospital.
Yeah. No, I'll take you. I'll just chat the whole way. Keep you alive.
Oh, no.
Yeah, it's vortexes. That was our term for them.
It's great. It's a thing.
So, I hear Russia's taken over.
Really?
Ukraine.
I don't know. I try to avoid all these types of news.
Right.
You know, it's kind of like one of those things. It's like I'm not sick till I go to the doctor. Like, my world's not ending till I like listen to what somebody has to say about it.
Yeah.
You know, as much stuff has gone on, my life has consistently pretty much had the same amount of suckage as it always has.
Suckage?
No matter who's in office, no matter what's going on.
What do you mean suckage?
Well, my life's doing great right now, but I mean, as far as like, just to make a point, it's like my life doesn't change whether this person's Republican or Democrat. I'm so poor, and like none of that stuff affects me, you know. And like, it used to be that everybody was okay with that, and like nowadays, it's like Bloods and Crips out here. Like, hold on, you agree with the views of this side? Well, that's it. You know, and just
Canceled.
Canceled. So much tension, you know? On like it's crazy because like it's like you can even like view like one thing and then like all of a sudden you're gonna get thrown with all these different categories that have nothing to do with you and your beliefs, you know? I've seen it happen so many times.
Good old Coach Sam, Smiling Sam's really good at getting the internet pissed off at him.
Really?
Yeah, he'll express an opinion on something, and they always like blow it out of contrast. Like everybody context, contrast, one of those things. Everywhere, every platform, he'll say something like he posted a picture of his dog because he cut the dog's ears off. They're just dragging him through the mud.
I saw a video of rock and roll recently. It's crazy, dude. She looked so pissed, and she's like happy. You know what I mean? But her freaking lips were pulling back. She looked like one of those Doberman in Resident Evil. And it's like she was just so excited to see Sam. And it's like
growling.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen a dog do this.
Kissing you with its teeth.
It's adorable. I need to get a rock and roll. Such a cool dog. I love Doberman.
Would you cut the ears?
I don't know. Probably not.
I'm not a big fan of cutting.
I don't like
things off the
modifying
dogs.
bodies. You know, like, and I'm like very against like chopping the balls off. You know, I don't believe in fixing. You know, like people will have their beliefs like, oh well, like no, because there's too many dogs. It's like hold on. What if somebody came down here and was just a little bit stronger and smarter and faster than us and started trying to treat us like pets and was like, oh, there's too many people down here.
Let's start killing them and eating
Killing
them.
them, cut their nuts off.
Yeah, cut their nuts off.
He'll be happy without them.
He needs that.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we got the deer population. Like, oh, there's way too many deer out there.
Yeah, we should find a more appropriate solution to our problems than chopping balls off.
Yeah, like I heard like things like, oh, it's like put your dog to sleep. It's the humane thing to do if they're hurt. Like, how the fuck you know? You're not the dog.
Yeah, I know. He should get a voice.
Yeah, right?
A little say-so in his life.
It's the humane thing. I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I don't know. It depends. If they really need it, that's one thing.
Yeah.
But if you're like, he hurt his back, he doesn't want to live in pain. Like, nah, you're just kind of killing the dog.
He'll be all right. All dogs go to heaven.
Yeah, I hope.
Facts.
I'm a big fan of saying murdering the dog instead of like, oh, we're gonna go put our dog to sleep.
Yeah.
No, you're murdering the dog.
Yeah. Say how it is.
Yeah. You kind of know my opinion on hunting too.
Yeah. It's a nice opinion. I totally respect it.
I'm not a huge fan of hunting, for those of you who don't know. It's not that I'm against eating meat or anything. I just figured there's so many dead animals in the grocery store we throw away every day. What do we need to add to the body count?
Yeah, couldn't agree more.
Yeah, right? I want a wild turkey now. Throw 3 of them away at the grocery store.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Right?
Yeah. It's very interesting, like the way that the world's turning right now. Like you can definitely tell, no matter what, like this is definitely a giant transitional phase for our species, you know, and you can feel it. It appears that like everybody's like really lost and like doesn't know the way to move forward, you know. And like I really hope that like we end up pulling through for the best, you know. I think there's a lot of stuff that we used to do as a whole that doesn't work anymore, and I think like. It's time for like some stuff to like turn around and be a little different, you know.
Well, you know what? The only way the problem is we're not dead yet.
Yeah.
Our generation isn't dead. Then once our generation's dead, everybody can move forward.
I know, but that's the scary thing.
Yeah, but we have to die in order for them to progress.
Oh, not the death part, just the fact that like it's like the people that like this generation is raising. It's like I don't know. I see
There ain't any more room for us dinosaurs on this. Us who were before internet. We need to go so they could go ahead and make their digital menus and use their alien computer money.
Alien computers.
Everybody's coming one.
I know.
It really is like now we could go, we're at the point now we could see the kids who are being brought up with cell phones and internet at customer service jobs and just how rude and nasty they are.
It's so socially awkward. You know, it's funny is that like, you know, there's a lot of stuff that comes from being socially awkward that can come across as like different things. Like for example, if you're very shy and like don't know how to communicate, sometimes you'll come off as standoffish or rude, or like, you know, like anxiety sometimes will bring out edginess in people, and people are getting anxious these days just communicating with each other, you know?
Yeah, because it's not typing.
Yeah, it's not typing, you know? It's really interesting that you can go to a gathering and that the majority of people are going to be looking in their phones, or like it's a beautiful moment. Yeah, pictures are great. I love pictures, but like, you know, sometimes let's just do the moment, and you know, let's keep the picture in our heads.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Record it and then watch it on the little screen in front of you?
Yeah.
Like the fireworks. I need to see these fireworks on a small screen instead of just.
You got to be here for what's going on now. I think like
I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a poster or doing things for Instagram or for this, for that. Just like why do you need another chore?
Yeah. And like it's just taken away from authenticity. Is that how you say it?
Yeah, you don't want to answer to the internet.
Well, like, and people like they do good deeds to display them. They display they make this person who they are online, who's like nothing close to what they are in real life.
You're not having any of your Otame.
No, it tasted pretty good. I had a sip. I was a little wary because I was planning on doing a leg day today.
You said you were gonna work out before you got here.
I know, but I had to sit around and wait on my landlord.
You just lied to me.
I know. I'm so sorry.
I was like, we'll come in here, we'll have a couple drinks. Now I'm just drinking alone.
Bobby can have a drink. Here you go.
Go ahead, Bobby.
Cheers.
Cheers. So where were we? What were we chit-chatting about?
Oh.
I think we were coming on something good. And then
Oh yeah, we were talking about Instagram and people living on social media and on their phones more than like with each other.
yeah, I had an interesting conversation about somebody, like about a social media guy, and he was telling me that, like, oh, I had the ability to create an account and get a good following and stuff. It's not something I really wanted to do. It's because then you're selling your life away. I hate putting like,
Yeah, like okay, to be honest, like leading up to the fights, I was starting to post a little bit. There's people on my Instagram that I was very excited to show some of my life to.
you wanted to look good for the ladies.
Classic, and like
That's why you had that cucumber in your pants that way.
and like because like initially I used Instagram just to like kind of like be in contact with a couple people and like almost use it like a photo album, so I could look back at it and be like, oh, I'm embarrassed, good times, bad times, whatever, like it'd be there, and then like I was like trying to use it more like, keep people updated on like my journey. And we got to the point to where we had the fights, and I posted a couple pictures. I didn't want to post any video, I'm not a big fan of like posting like too much of me like training or like doing anything like that. I'm not pictures like with the team, but not necessarily like anything where I'm actually doing anything. And I posted this stuff, and I had it up for about like 20 minutes, maybe an hour or something like that. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna take this stuff off. I didn't want to come across like any kind of, I don't know, it just didn't feel appropriate. I was like, this is more for me. You know what I mean? Like I got some pictures and I got the video footage to review for myself, but
Nice.
yeah, it didn't feel right for me.
Yeah, I understand where that is. Like, who wants something to report to?
Yeah.
Like, I don't like reporting on my social media or anything.
Yeah.
Like, doesn't even really matter.
It doesn't.
And then it's like just such a super addicting thing.
It is. You know what I use Instagram mostly for? I click that little magnifying glass on the bottom so I can look at all the stuff that I like. Like my thing is
Mortal Kombat.
it's like Mortal Kombat,
Cosplay.
fighting stuff,
I bet
cute
you get a lot
girls,
of cos-
some God stuff, and like, that's pretty much it. It's just all that. It's like the stuff that I'm interested in, and like it can like just like catch me and just keep me on there. Like, next thing you know, my neck hurts because I'm looking at this
You just
girl dressed like
crap.
Starfire, and like I'm about 5 minutes late to get back into work. And, like, what did I do on my break here? Nothing.
The girl dressed like Starfire. Who's Starfire?
Oh, she's just the best.
It sounds like that sounds like,
A Teen Titan.
no, it sounds like a drag queen name. Starfire. It's definitely a drag queen name.
It could be. It would work.
Right?
It would work well.
It would.
Yeah. Yeah. I love Teen Titans.
I thought Starscream was one of the fucking cars that turns into a...
Starscream. Yeah.
it's-
No. Starscream is a Transformer. So that's definitely drag.
Is
but
that
like,
who we were talking about?
No,
yeah, Transformers are all
they're
drag.
drag.
Yeah, they sound like a bunch of drag queens.
Let's roll.
Yeah. Megatron!
Oh man.
The Autobots are coming!
Yeah, they have some crazy voices.
Foolish robot. That's the big drag queen, the lead. Foolish robot.
the head honcho.
Yeah, sounded like Ursula from fucking
Ursula.
the Fish Woman movie.
What a freak.
Is
Do you
that
remember
it?
Powerpuff Girls?
What's the name of that fish woman?
Ursula. The octopus, the big octopus.
Yeah,
lady?
yeah, yeah. Little Mermaid. That's
Yeah.
the name of it. That Fish Girl movie.
Oh, Ariel. Poor Ariel.
Yeah, right. Weird figures to make a movie about a pirate trying to have sex with a fish.
Classic.
Yeah, let's show it to the kids.
So appropriate.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. I was talking about Powerpuff Girls yesterday. Were you familiar with Powerpuff Girls?
I watched them recently.
Dude, him is so creepy.
Yes, him is.
He is. He's like so freaking weird and creepy. Him and Fuzzy Lumpkins really gets to me too. I don't know
Fuzzy
why.
Lumpkins makes me feel like it's somebody from Alabama. Like Austin knows him.
I know, but there's just something weird about like his like goofiness with his like bad demeanor, I guess. Like that like really creeps me out. Like Alice in Wonderland, the caterpillar. When I was a kid, it freaked me out. Oh, I was so scared of that blue caterpillar. I got all mad and weird and changed colors and ugh, you know? I could watch Predator and be fine, but don't show me that caterpillar.
I'm trying to think. There was like weird things that scared me when I was a kid. I was afraid of that movie, Ernest Scared Stupid.
Not
You
familiar.
ever seen it? It's fucking scary. It's like these gremlins that they just, I don't know, they're doing scary things. I guess killing and eating. I don't
Whoa.
know. They were just spooky.
Gremlin stuff.
Yeah, yeah, gremlin stuff. And then the only way to kill it was like milk. They're figuring it out. Like
They're
you have to-
lactose intolerant.
Yeah, you have to
They're
throw milk
lactose
on them and they
intolerant.
melt.
They melt with milk.
Yeah, utter juice.
Oh. Oh.
Doesn't matter what species it is. That's rat milk. It makes them stronger.
Man. Yeah, and the thing was pretty scary. You
I've
remember
never seen
Thing?
it. What's it called was scary. You ever see the movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space?
No, but I know like the front cover of it.
It was spooky as a
Yeah.
kid, but it's probably like cheesy now as an adult. 'Cause I think it was an independent movie. It's like the popcorn ate people or something too. Scary stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Food eating people. Oh no.
Oh no.
Jinkies.
Yeah. Yeah. Some scary stuff, man, those cartoons and stuff.
What do you think of the new Mortal Kombat?
Oh, I hate it. Don't get me started on that.
I knew it. Yeah.
I'm such a fan of Mortal Kombat. I grew up watching it. I've been waiting for this movie for like 20 years at least, you know? And then here comes this trailer for it. I'm like so excited. So I build a whole day around it. It's like right on my payday. It's the gym was open recently around that time, and there's only a few of us, and I came in that morning on Mortal Kombat Day, and you were like, you know, today we're not even going to train. Today we're just going to fight each other. And I was like, oh, it's perfect. What a way to start Mortal Kombat Day. You know? Then I went out, cashed my check, bought myself a giant thing of like Captain D's, went and got like some drinks and sweet tea, some whiskey and stuff, went home, turned on Mortal Kombat music on replay, got drunk, turned up with my brother, started playing Mortal Kombat. Shot out to Red Lobster. Got in and out like express style. We got in there, ordered some drinks, got some surf and turf and shrimp, and ate. Then went to the parking lot, drank in the parking lot, turned up in the parking lot, and we went into the movie. And it starts off, and it was so good. And then it's like it got worse and worse, and like it doesn't hit you really. You're like, oh, you're like lying to yourself, like, all right, it's gonna turn around. You know, this and this.
It's still good. It's still good.
It's good. And like, and then there's this part where like they just, for no reason, they just kill Kung Lao off, and he's by far like the best like version. Like he really like seemed like the Kung Lao from the games, and they killed him off for no reason. It was like the scene was over, and then they're like, but wait, we're gonna kill him off, and like so let's add a scene on top of the end of the scene. And then by that point, I was over it. And I'm
The
watching.
one character who was doing good, they're like, yeah, he's doing too good. Let's kill him off.
Yeah, he's acting odd. That movie was ridiculous.
Yeah, but you also expected big things of a movie
I
off
did.
of a video game.
Yeah, but like you know, like
The video game doesn't really have a story
Well,
to
but
it.
like, I mean, look what they did with Marvel. It's comic books, and they fleshed that out into something real. There was plenty of like room
but
for them.
comic books are already stories.
Yeah, but like if you play the Mortal Kombat games, they have a story mode in there, and there's enough cutscenes to add up to a movie. And it was like
A
it's,
good movie?
Oh, a good movie. Like it's like really good. But Ed Boon had nothing to do with this movie, and if you'll notice, he never spoke on the movie at all at any point, even after it was released. I mean, it was just horrible.
But did he have anything to do with the first one?
No, he isn't. I don't think he's had anything to do with any of the movies.
Because he's like, it's a video game I fucking created. Quit trying to make it into movies.
I don't know why they don't give him any say so in it, like any like creative like room.
Because he probably was like, you're gonna turn this fighting game into a movie? How? And then they're like, you'll see.
You'll see.
Then he
Oh,
puts
dude,
it up.
and that director, he's like, "Oh, we did this for the fans. We did this for y'all. You know, you're gonna love it." And it's like, you didn't do this for us. This is
If
nothing.
you did it for us, give us a cut of the
real
proceeds.
stuff.
Yeah.
like. You know, it wasn't canon or anything. And then, like, it's like that movie was so fucking horrible. We were walking out, and this one guy, he had nobody to bitch about it to. So he was walking out the theater, and he let everybody know. He's like, well, that was fucking bullshit. You know, and he paces out. And it's like, that was a,
How old was he?
I don't know, probably mid-age, like 30s, you know?
That was bullshit. This video game that was
How dare
created
they?
during Sega Genesis era.
Oh, there's so much room, so much untapped
And
potential.
which was named Mortal Kombat after a Big Daddy Kane song in the 80s.
Nice.
So, wait, what?
You know, and then they backdoored it with the cartoon, and the cartoon was even worse, if you could believe that. The Battle of the Realms. And by that point, it's like, that's it. They stuffed all the enthusiasm out of me. I don't care what movie comes out about Mortal Kombat. I have no interest in seeing the next one.
What about the Super Friends movie that with Thanos?
You know, I don't know. It was all right.
Did you see those?
Yeah, I watched them. It was all right. I think Marvel has like they kind of rinse, wash, and repeat like a good process.
They all do.
Yeah, but like you know, like they do have like they did a very good job like being patient and building up to everything. And then, like, you know what I mean? Like, they did a great service to the fans. You know,
How many times?
I would have appreciated
How many
it.
times could you watch Spider-Man beat up the Joker?
So many.
Oh, it's fucking.
Yeah, I haven't
all
seen
the
the new
same
movie
shit.
yet.
What?
I said I haven't seen the new movie yet.
It's the same thing. He beats up the Joker. He gets the girl in the end.
Yeah.
I didn't even see it.
You
I
know,
just
like
know that happened.
I got like built up for the Shang-Chi movie. They're like, oh, it's amazing. It's like this and this and this.
Let me guess. He beats the Joker at the end.
He does.
They're all the Joker.
Always.
It's like, oh no, this guy's fucking sober. It's like it's the fucking Joker.
Always has been.
He does this. What's he doing? He's trying to kill everybody.
Yeah.
And he likes costumes.
The Joker.
Joker.
Did you watch the Joaquin Phoenix Joker movie?
I think I saw it on a plane.
It was cool. I think it would have been better off not like trying to use like the Joker if that would have just been like some guy who's you know what I mean
Like
yeah,
a villain.
Yeah, or like he's like maybe.
Why do you gotta tie it in? Why do you gotta?
Yeah, why you gotta slap the WB like the DC thing to it when it was nothing?
WB Warner Brothers?
Yeah, it's like it had nothing to do with the Joker.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
It was just some. It was pretty good movie.
It was like an evil clown. It's got to be the Joker.
It's gotta be. They should look good and well alone. Heath Ledger killed that shit.
Yeah, right. I don't know. I didn't see much of his movies either.
Really? I didn't watch too many, but he was amazing in The Dark Knight.
I just seen them all when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like Batman beats up the Joker. Spider-Man beats up the Joker.
You know, I'll always tie The Dark Knight with UFC because that's like the first time I saw what the UFC was. It was around the time that movie came out. I was at my friend Dustin Miller's house, and I was sitting on the couch. And, you know, I want to say it was Chuck Liddell, but I'm not positive. You know what I mean? But I was watching the fight, and I was like, dude, what is this? And they're like, oh, this is the UFC. I was like, that's amazing. So cool. Yep.
You're like, I want to do this. Do you think I can fight the Joker?
I think I got him.
So why do you hate grappling?
I don't know. For me, it hurts my body more than striking does. It like also leaves my body more hurt the next day. And I don't know. Like it's like I don't feel like I really got like good like grappling strength. Like it's hard for me to move anybody or do anything with anybody. The whole like it's just rough. It's rough on me. It's just rough on me. It's really cool, but it's just really rough. I remember one time Pat was doing a transition on me, like moving from one side to another. It was by far the most uncomfortable sensation I've ever felt. Like, it's just the whole way from getting over here to getting over there. It just like it hurt so bad. I was like, just take it, go over there, take the whatever side you're going to.
Yeah, but if you were getting hit just as much, like if you were like grappling, you could go live more. But
Yeah.
if you were getting punched every day, you're like, I don't like the striking either.
Well, yeah, like like I'm also wary to like say certain things because like I know that in like the limited exposure I've had to this stuff, you know what I mean? Like it's one thing to be like, oh, well, like this. It's like, well, I haven't, had something that would, change that. Like I've never really just got extremely fucked up. There might be a punch or a kick or something out there that like it's like, oh wow, that's a whole new
You're
sensation.
like, I'm just gonna do jujitsu.
I'm going to jiu-jitsu, guys. So I know there's always a chance of that happening.
It's funny too, because Paul's been here sitting and waiting for you because he was gonna start doing jujitsu if he could partner with you.
Really?
Yeah, he's
Oh,
been
I
here the
love Paul.
last 2 days. I said, you coming on? He's like, no. I was like, I know. You're waiting for Montana to get here. He's
We
like,
got to get
"Yeah."
Al in there too.
Got all the, I got Paul to agree if Alvin does it that he's hopping in.
The socks.
The socks.
Oh, dude, I don't know how you can kickbox with socks on. What a talent.
It's cold.
He's amazing. Oh, it's
Alvin,
protect his toes from that
Mr.
jump rope.
Socks, yeah.
Dude, jump ropes like really mess you up, man. Like I don't know how like I can whip under my foot, my ass, and like the back of my back all at the same time. But it happens. And it's like, so uncomfortable.
You should be like a TikTok star in jump roping now.
Oh, I wish. I can't even do crossovers. I don't know why. They're so freaking hard for me.
It's because you haven't been in here practice.
I
Where
know.
you been at?
Oh, I've really been like in a super reflective like state, honestly. I mean, like just with the whole way that the fights went and like just how like, everything played out after that. And like
I reflective state. It's just 2 months.
yeah. I
It
mean
must
like
be a big mirror.
it is. Oh, I just just like really try to take advantage of like the moment of like, let me clear my head. Let me see, because like this last year has been like the most extraordinary year of my life. I've been through a whole lot of stuff, and this is by far like the best season I've ever had. You know what I mean? Like I've met so many amazing people. I'm pursuing like dreams. I've gotten really lucky. It feels. You know what I mean? And like, I'm also very critical of myself. Like everything I do, even if I don't do anything wrong out loud, if there's something wrong that happened inside of me, and I chose to do the right thing regardless, I still like feel guilt behind that. I'm like, why did that thought come up? Why did this happen? So it's like, I needed to take a step back so I could see like this, and this, and like, what do I need to work on? And what did I do good? And what am I beating myself up too harshly over? How can I improve from here? And what do I do this year that way I'm a little bit better than I was last year? And like also like there's my family, my sister just moved in. And it's a very big change in the house, and like like just like the dynamics and the relationships with everybody in the home is like I needed to invest a little bit of energy into there, and like honestly I just didn't have the energy to deal with my house with how busy I am between work and training, and so I'm
You're like, I don't want to deal with my house right now. I'm just going to stay here and not go to practice. So I don't have to deal with my house.
Granted, it's gotten a little better at the house. It has, and I think I'm about to start coming back in. I invested my February rent on a box of Magic cards to sell. So honestly, that's the reason why I didn't show up Monday, was because like Saturday or Sunday I spent $120 on Magic cards to sell.
To sell.
Online. Wayne he sells them on like this TCG site and on eBay, and I made a little bit of money off of it. I think there might be one set I'll invest in just because of how well off the last version of that the other year was. But typically they don't sell for that much. Like I probably gained like $50, so it wasn't really worth it necessarily looking at it.
Yeah, missed a month of practice.
Yeah. I know. But yeah. Sometimes I just got to cocoon.
No, you gotta be consistent. You cocoon in here.
And you've helped me so much with that, man. Like there's a lot of stuff that I just wouldn't have accomplished without you.
You got to cocoon out here. You're a butterfly. Once you're a butterfly, you can't cocoon again. It's
Oh,
called regression.
I'm a phoenix. Joaquin Phoenix.
Okay. Who's
Just a
that?
silly joker.
Just a silly joker.
But
Yeah, you can say that again.
oh man. Yeah, we have some fun in here. Oh, I love this place. Freaking just met so many great people here, dude. So many extraordinary characters.
So we're gonna end on that note. But what I want to talk about, who should we have next? Like, give me like, who would be the three? Give me like 3 options for next.
I don't know. Austin needs to be somewhere in there. I don't know if he needs to be right at the beginning.
Okay, for next, he will definitely be on here, Austin, of course.
Brian would be a good one. He's got he's got a lot of alien computer technology talk. He can maybe enlighten people on the whole concept of a NFT. You know.
Okay.
Yeah, he'd be a good one. I think George should be on here at some point.
You know what, George? George would probably be the worst. Because here's why. Because he's just so good and perfect at everything.
I know. What a class act.
Yeah, I know. It's just such a good person. I would be here like, oh, what do you think of this? And then he'll be like, I don't know. I'm just perfect at it and good at it.
He's like Captain America.
Yeah, handsome and have all these muscles.
Good for him. Oh, I like to indulge a little bit. It's hard for me to.
He doesn't stray off the path. We're going to have him.
Yeah.
It might actually be a really good one. So you got King Bree and George are your 2 nominees.
Mm-hmm. Daniel's going to be good.
Daniel.
Josh is going to be a funny one. Pretty much anybody from this place is going to be great on here, I think. I mean, the wacky doodle conversations we have in here, you know, it's going to be so fun.
Yeah, I wonder who we're going to get next. Why don't you guys post under wherever this is being on so we could get that person? Let us know which one of our members or coaches you want to know.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
All right, Montana. Thank you so much for our inaugural podcast. Thank you for coming down.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
All right, guys. I'm Tom Gallicchio. This is the Militia MMA podcast, a.k.a. Tomcast 3.0. If you guys are interested in sponsoring us, we will run your ad. Well, I'm going to say your ad. For right now, the introductory price of $100 a month. That's 4 to 5 episodes a month. What better way to spend your money than supporting this beautiful cause? Maybe we'll get some more mics and get the meat hawks on here.
Couldn't agree more.
The possibilities are endless. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Thank you for coming in, Montana. Any last words? Any last shout outs?
No, just
All right, just All right, guys. I'm your host, Tom Gallicchio. Get to the mats.